Alright, Spirit Vision activated, and we're back to the Shrine of Rallick. So...
I felt such fear, such pain. Oh, to feel it again.
That's an interesting fetish.
Delicious. A shame I shall not taste death again once my lord returns.
Also, I completely forgot about that. If I ever run out of sauce, I'll just go and eat the spirits of these black ring people I've left around. See if they've got anything else to say.
The brandishes her sword in one hand, while the other is clasped to a wound in her side. She throws a hasty glance over her shoulder.
There's too many of them. Get the bishop to the Elven Temple. We'll hold them off as long as we can.
She turns her attention forward once more, her eyes darting between foes in several directions.
Alexander is here. This Elven Temple may warrant investigation.
Yeah, that's a bit out of date, seeing as he's dead already. What was it? An unlikely patron. We learned that Alexander sought shelter in the Elven Temple in the northern part of the island. However, he's dead already, so there's that. Knight of Rallick.
The spirit of a woman in strange armor stands before you. Visible on her breastplate is the seal of Rallick. She shoots you a look of deep dismay.
I don't think you were in the combat.
Godwoken, why do you aid these servants of the void? Do you not know your purpose?
Yeah, it is part of a ruse. I'm not truly with the Black Ring.
The spirit stares deep into your eyes for a long moment, before sighing with resignation.
Yeah, realising I don't have eyes.
The quality of Godwoken has declined since my time, it seems. Very well. Do what you will to survive.
Yeah, it's quite obvious how she's going to tell I'm Godwoken. Note that she is neither of the Black Ring or the Divine Order. Who is she? I mean, it says right there, but you know.
I was, a Knight of Rallick. I was tasked with guarding his presence upon this holy island. Before that, I was the same as you, a Godwoken.
She looks you over once again. The judgmental arch of her eyebrows suggests you're less than she had hoped for.
Perhaps not exactly like you, but I heard the call and came here to face the trials of the gods. I was not chosen for divinity. Instead, I stayed here and guarded this temple. The Black Ring ended my vigil. They came, intent on destroying this place. I fought them off as long as I could, but there were too many.
Well, I see the Council of the Seven. Do you know how to access it?
The altars shall show the way, but only to those deemed worthy. Bow and pray to each altar. The way may be revealed to you then, or it may not. If the gods do not choose you to progress, then you'll likely share my fate.
Yeah, do you know why you weren't chosen to become the next Divine?
There was a reluctance in my heart. A lingering doubt. To be divine is to shoulder a great responsibility. Deep down, I didn't want that responsibility for myself. The gods must have sensed my unwillingness. Still, I wanted to serve them. I became a Knight of Rallick that day.
Yeah, the spirit needs to know the gods have been badly beaten. Their altars are unlikely to yield results.
A brief note of incomprehension and fear creeps across the spirit's features. She regains her composure and shakes her head.
No, that cannot be true. It cannot. Pray at the altars and seek the path into the council. The gods will not fail us, you'll see.
Damn, she had some other things I could have asked her about there. I'm going to take my leave. Yeah, because, well, some of the gods I speak to are just basically an asshole and try and take something from me, like my sight, for example. Okay, Magister's Priestess.
The spirit of a Magister Priestess swipes her staff in wide arcs through the air. She turns and spots something.
Wargs! Zorl, watch out! Get away from him, you foul creature!
A ghostly cacophony reaches your ears, the snarl of a beast and the screams of a man. The priestess lunges forward to help someone unseen. There's another scream, cut short by a wet crunch. The priestess falls backwards, clutching a severed arm in paladin garb.
Magisters and paladins
Well, that was weird.
fighting alongside each other.
Ooh,
A rare sight indeed.
didn't see you. Hello.
The spirit of a paladin stands before you. He shoots you a hostile glare.
As long as he doesn't actually shoot me, he's an archer.
Get away from me, Blackwing Lackey!
Right then. Okay, so we're going to go to the Blackwing camp over here, and the other one over here, that is actually marked as Blackwing camp, and then we're going to go over here to the northern part of the temple and do some spirit vision. You know, I was wondering why there wasn't anything over here to the left side. It's actually... Ooh. Oh, he's actually dead. He just kind of looked like he was standing up from where I was looking at. But yeah, it's because I actually pulled them over here to kill them. But then again, this is a paladin, so... Okay.
The temple must hold. The temple must hold. The temple must hold.
Did the temple hold?
We held them off. We held them off. We held them off, and Alexander was saved.
Oh, they're not going to have fun when they find out what happens when they meet his spirit in the afterlife. Okay, so there was nothing down here for me to see, but I forgot about this. Yeah,
The
hello.
ghostly tiger bares her teeth at you, a triumphant glint in her eye.
When the God King brings the forest tigers back, and we rise to rule, you shall be the first to die, Dogman. After we've finished playing with you, perhaps we shall hunt you in the forest before you die. For you there shall be no return.
Yeah, considering that was the last one of its kind, it basically just decided to try and fight me when I said hello. So, yeah, that's your own fault, buddy, not mine. Alright, so the mess is entirely up here, as well as what remains of Alexander, although I'm guessing perhaps part of the problem of why people are still like, oh, we need to save Alexander is because I haven't talked to this part of Alexander, his spirit.
As you approach Alexander, Ifan catches you by the shoulder.
You know how long I've sought Alexander. I need this.
You did have a... Oh, that would have been good, wasn't it? Because he did have, I think it was Ifan. It was last episode, but I think he had a spare slot left for a bit of source energy. But yeah, go right ahead. Your interest in Alexander wore out a long time ago. A long, long time ago.
Ifan strides forwards and confronts the sorrowful spirit of Alexander.
Why? Why did you and Lucian send me on a suicide mission to kill the elves? Why did you lie to me?
The spirit of Alexander gazes serenely into Ifan's eyes, no fear remaining for the man who confronts him beyond the grave.
Why? The same reason we did everything. To protect the realm. What price all of Rivellon against just one portion? Any divine would do the same if it meant saving everything. You should be proud my father picked you. His best right-hand man. He knew you would make it. But he also knew that if he told you the truth, you would falter. He knew you well, Ifan. He knew you'd have to be tricked. But I'm his son. I could be trusted to the end. I took every action necessary for the good of all. Unto death.
Knowing that you no longer have power in the world is some comfort. But you deserve not to exist. Even the halls are too good for you.
I do want this to be one of the things he does. I think that would be a very good finishing point for this, just having Ifan consume Alexander's source, but I want to speak to Alexander's spirit. I'll ask Ifan to step aside.
Ifan stands back with his arms folded, glowering at Alexander.
Okay, he's going to want to talk to me about that, so I'll speak to him first.
Alexander knew. Lucian knew. I was nothing but a pawn.
His face darkens, and his hands shake.
Power truly corrupted Alexander, just as it did Lucian.
Let's see. No, I'm not doing that one. He doesn't want to be considered truly at fault for this, so let's see. Say that you truly hope the power you seek never corrupts either of you to that extent.
He raises one eyebrow and folds his arms protectively across his chest.
We'll see. We'll see.
Well...
The spirit of Alexander looks bitterly dejected. He turns to you.
My journey has ended, but the world still needs a divine. Tell me, have you learned how to enter the council yet?
Admit that I haven't. I'll ask for your help.
Not so hasty. I have to know your intentions before I help you. What do you mean to do with the power of divinity if you succeed?
The problem is, I really don't know why this is. Because you have to have points in each of these stats to actually make a roll. However, I always roll 0. I can only think that my character's bugged. Because it's never actually rolled anything and, like, succeeded. I'm just going to have to pick one of these knowing that I'm going to fail, so... I could tell him that I'll do as I please, but... yeah, he's not going to like that one. I'll tell him that I'll do the right thing. And I'll save the world. I'll tell you what, let me just pick what I would actually think of doing. It would actually be this one. I'll basically decide how to act if and when I claim these powers. Nothing is certain, so it'd be foolish to speak with certainty. And then, there you go, of course I get 0.
Alexander shakes his head slowly.
You are not worthy. I cannot bring myself to help the likes of you.
See, the problem is I actually have to make any kind of roll like that to actually join the council, because then my character's bugged and will never be able to join it. That's a bit awkward. But of course I'm going to leave him here because I might need his source energy, and, well, if Ivan needs source energy, he's taking it from you. As for where we're going to go next, there's the Lunar Shrine, which is all high up somewhere. And there's the Shadow Prince, which we can just walk over to. Let's have a look on here. Just the stuff it's changed to. Ivan finally tracked down the perennially resurrecting Alexander. Filled with self-justification, Alexander felt no remorse at all for killing the elves or for using Ivan. As long as Ivan didn't feel too bad about it. We learned that Amadia is aligned with the moon. Ralak is the sun. Hang on. Who's... Right, the reason why I'm concerned about that is the Lunar Shrine. She's aligned with the moon. Then she should be aligned with this, right? Yet we went over there to the Temple of Amadia. I don't know, I've got bad feelings about that. The Shadow Prince. I do actually have this somewhere. It's a shame we can't actually do a search, but at some point we found out which gods were which. And I can't remember where it was, but I think what I'm actually going to do is, instead of checking out this huge raised fortress that's all the way over here, this sort of smaller and wrecked place I'm going to check out first. So I'm going to go do that now. Now, you might be wondering, why am I going all the way over here when there is actually a way in right there? And I'm thinking, well, this was the original way in, and I actually lit these up because, well, you just tend to light them up when you find something useful, because there was the reliquary here. And there's also source energy there. You know what? I'm actually going to mark that. So I'm going to need some of that later, but what I'm actually going to do is we're going to go down here, and because I just want to try and light all these things up. Might not result in anything, but I heard that.
We rise.
Okay, I did not see you before. I'm going to go say hello to this lady. And then, of course, I'm going to teleport down here and then make my way around, because think I'd rather go in for that. And also, there's this thing here, which I'm going to have Fane read, but... where are we? Here we are.
We rise.
Who the hell are you? Blind Priestess of the Ring.
A black-ringed priestess turns to you. Her astonishing beauty takes your breath away. Her gaze drifts past you, and you realize that she's blind. She breathes in, as if tasting the air, as if tasting you.
Oh wow, what the hell is number 3? Compelled to taste her too. What? I will laugh at the irony, but the reason why I would laugh at that is because, yeah, you prayed, just like I did, and went blind, only I have friends to cure myself. You don't have any friends, because you're an evil black ring, so I'm going to laugh at the irony.
She responds to your laugh with a dip of her head. She raises a hand, telling you to wait. She produces a mirror of darkest black, holds it as if to look upon her own magnificence, and then speaks as if to herself.
I have these black mirrors, and I don't know what they do, and I've got several of them. This might actually turn out to be useful. What's she doing here?
I found God woken.
She waits a moment, as if listening to her own reflection.
Oh, is it kind of like... Think of it like a face-to-face chat on Skype, except she's talking to something rather than someone. You understanding me here?
It shall be done, O sallow one.
Oh, she's talking to some sort of monstrous thing on that side.
She approaches the mirror, looks at you directly, almost as if she can see you, and then she smiles. A smile to melt the heart, a smile to drown in, a smile to send an army off to war.
Yeah, it's fighting time. 'Cause black mirrors, that's what they're for. They're basically their communication devices, as odd as that sounds. But, she actually gets an act first. Oh, God. Yeah, it's blocked. Yeah. Oh! Scarbus was just immune to that. Fine with this. Okay. Can just about fit on that space. And seeing as she seems to be a melee person... Bone cage! Right. Again, we've got that same situation. She's just got tons and tons of magical armor. However, the next two people will actually kill her. So, yeah, just gonna buff you up. There you go. And I'm just gonna end my turn. Okay, so shoot and shoot. No crits though, unfortunately. Oh, wait. That was supposed to be Red Prince's turn next, but alright, if that's how you're going to be. I was looking at the turn order. Red Prince was next after that, but alright. Alien Life Essence, plate, there you go, Red Prince, money, and another black mirror. Now, these aren't actually worth anything, however, now I know what they're actually for. So actually, you know what? I'll tell you what. Whoa! Okay, well, I'm actually just going to chuck these on the floor, because I certainly don't need them anymore, but I am going to keep one, just in case I need one for myself. So I'm going to keep that one. Alright then, yeah, we're going to need to go down. So... down you go. Down... Really? Okay, well, there you go. And... thank you. Down you go. Ow, it's got a long range on it, hasn't it? Alright, there we go. So, we've finally made it all the way down here, but what else is down here? Purging corpse. Is that purged corpse? Yeah, purged corpse. Okay. Oh. That might be useful. There we go. Really? Came all the way up here for that? God damn it. Well, I've marked up here that there is in fact source energy here, but I'm just going to teleport down. Everyone else can actually come over here, because I actually get quite a bit of range on this. Now, as for what's actually over here, I'm not entirely sure. Imperial the Stalwart, that's a crab. Well, I'll tell you what, next thing I'm going to do is actually go and talk to Fane about what this thing says. Let's swap that back. And what does that say?
Of the wonders of Zorl-Stissa, it's clear where her people get their feelings of supremacy from.
Okay. I'm not entirely sure what that's all about. So, ooh, reliquary. Check that. Fine tunic. Well, you know what? Just give that to Red Prince. All right. Hyphen.
You there, prithee, goodly traveller. Might I prevail upon you to answer a question?
You know what, Crab? Far away, although I wouldn't use those words in this area, but still.
You see, I am on a mission most grave. I seek a sorcerer most foul, most reviled, most feared. Her name is...
His pincers scissor wildly.
Scepter the Ineffable. Have you heard tell of this wicked beast on your travels?
I actually haven't met anyone by that name.
Lost. Then the hunt continues. Be wary, traveler. Where Scepter travels, doom soon follows. Imperio, away!
I like it when they add in, like, characters like that. Oh, look at him go! Look at him go! Bye, buddy. I know we didn't make friends, but still, I like the cool little characters like that. It does make me think, though. Like, if we... Was it Scepter? Christ, I forgot the name already. But if we find someone by that name... It'd be good to actually, you know, let a little crab know. Oh, there's a reliquary over there. Hang on. Wait. Where's my teleportation thing? Hey. Oh. Didn't have it selected, did I? Target cannot be teleported. It's non-teleportable. Alright. What about... Like, I know it's basically the same thing. But this is transportable, not teleportation, so... Hey, what? Wait, what? What did that do? Did that do anything at all? In the target area to my inventory. I don't think it actually did bring me anything, unless it's just something I already have in here, plus more. Well, I have no idea how to get that then, because there's... That's a good point, actually. Hang on. I was going to say, like hell am I going to go on lava, but... I mean, I'm literally a wizard here, so why don't I just make it not lava anymore? If I can do that. Come here, come here, come here. Can you actually go anywhere near the bottom at all? No? Oh well. I was gonna say, if I could just like make it wet then try and freeze it, maybe that would actually freeze it over, but oh well. I'll just have to hope that it's nothing very, very valuable. Wait, a cave entrance? See, okay, this is why I keep going over to light these, because there's always something in there. There's always something. An ancient cavern. What's in here? Some source energy. Is that it? Is that really it?
This is not quite the safest place I've ever been.
We'd better find a way inside before it all goes up in smoke. And us with it.
Okay, now there's also a lot of these things. What do they actually do? I just eat one. And I hope that hasn't just done what I think it's just done. Because I'm no longer, like, completely immune to electrical being stunned. Oh dear. I'll have to check that on the edit. Grants fire resistance. Well, I don't actually need that, so... Oh, there is actually a human skeleton over there. Okay. Too far away. Come on. You can do better than that. And I can't teleport to it. There we go. Alright. What you got? Money and unidentified chest armor. Okay. Alright, identify. Strength. And it's gonna make him lose Aerothurge. However, this will inflict chilled on anyone that actually hits him. Plus, it's got a slot on it. So, yeah, you can equip that. Sell your last one. So, Scarbus, if you just come back over here. If you can. Please. There we go. Right. So, let's manage runes. We don't need a skill like that. So we've got fire resistance 12%. Maximum physical armor plus 20%. Be nice if we could get him some magical armor. What does he have already? Maximum magic armor plus 30%. Well, you know what? Let's give him this. It's pretty damn good. He's got nearly 2,000 physical armor now. That's actually pretty damn good. See, it's useful to keep these runes around. I'll say that much. It'd also be nice if you could actually craft this kind of stuff. Like, you could actually craft runes. Can you actually craft runes? Looks like you can. Okay. So how'd you make the small ones, then? Oh! Wow, any gold, pixie dust, and any water source. Well, damn. Because it was, what kind of rune was it? Medium masterwork rune. Okay, well I don't know what kind of rune that is. Masterwork is made by small masterwork runes. Okay, it's a specific rune type that I don't know how to craft. Damn it, I was going to say. Nice to make more of those. Oh well. We found some interesting loot, didn't we? So. Okay, well we found something useful there. But what is up here? Temple of Zorl-Stissa. I think that said. Lizard staff? It's a staff that doesn't actually have much damage on it, so there you go. Ooh, what a mess this place has been. Let's light up all of these. Doesn't actually make me explode when I do this, does it? No? Okay. Good. Let's just loot everything. Ooh, there's gold everywhere. And there's an altar to Zorl-Stissa, so... Come on, you can surely pick up gold faster than that. I wonder if this is why some of the gods actually like do evil things to me. They try and give me buffs and debuffs and things like that. Is because they give me debuffs because I end up like robbing their altar before I speak to them. Whereas I didn't actually rob like Amadia's stuff. I actually basically completed her funny little puzzle, and then yeah, I went to the altar, and then she's like, "Yeah, sure. You seem like a cool guy. I'll give you an immunity, which I no longer have, even though it was supposed to be permanent." So, yeah, what about you, even though I've now robbed you?
The air is thick with heavy flakes of ash. The altar before you seems to radiate heat as you approach.
Kneel before the altar and pray to Zorl-Stissa.
There is a blinding flash, and you are surrounded by flame. It licks your skin, enveloping you, but does not burn. Looking up, you see Zorl-Stissa sitting on an ember throne, surrounded by faintly glowing stars. Her eyes are mocking and angry, but you can see that her scales are starting to flake and fall. She hisses that you have wasted your time. You are weak. Why are you here? She growls, claws digging into the smouldering charcoal of her throne. My champion will ascend. No other can overcome trial by flame.
You know what? I'm willing to take on any challenge you've got to offer.
You hear a punctuated hiss. The lizard is chuckling. There is no challenge, Godwoken. There is only flame. My chosen will overcome.
Oh.
The lizard slams her fist against her throne, sending embers flying. One of the stars above her ignites, wreathing itself in flame. The flames around you flare, and you're enveloped in an inferno. The fire rips through you, scorching your flesh and burning your clothes. The vision fades, leaving only the blazing fire, a glowing sun emblem on the altar, and the echoing laughter of a malicious god.
Well, I'm now burning, dealing damage per turn, so let's try and solve this quickly. Does that work? Yeah, it does. Okay, that was a nice and simple one. So that was an interesting challenge you had. Not much of a challenge, really. Seems the basic buff fixed it. The Shadow Prince. That's got to be your champion, hasn't it? Okay. Yeah, I think I need to buff my team up before I take on this guy.